Hey guys, so today I wanted to have a little bit of a weird discussion with you because I was thinking about this last night / this morning, and I just felt like I needed to talk about it because it's kind of, it's kind of a different idea or a different discussion, so why not talk about it? So as you can see by the title of this video, it's going to be talking about different editions of different books and how publishers and publishing companies keep putting out different editions when they're not necessarily needed. I'm just going to use my favorite series as an example because it has multiple different versions and I am on my way to collecting all of them. So there's a few different editions of all of these books and I'm just going to show some examples. So I'm going to talk about this series a lot because it's my favorite series, and we all know it's my favorite series. And that's the Maximum Ride series by James Patterson. And so I originally read this version when I was in 7th grade. I went crazy trying to find this edition because this was the edition that my teacher read to me, the edition that I read, and all I could find was this edition. And I don't really like this edition as much as this one because this one was more of my style, this one was the more that I read, and I like this one better. But this one was the one that would always pop up when I found it, or there was another edition which I'll put right here somewhere. And I'm going to be buying that version too, but I'll get to that later. I definitely do like this version better than I like this version, and there's so many different editions of the books. Like there's the US editions, which these are both US editions, but this one was one of the original covers, I think. This one I think came out in like 2005, and this one I think came out in, I'll figure it out. When this edition came out, I pretty much was like, okay, well, I need an edition of Maximum Ride because, at that point I only had Maximum Ride, The Final Warning, Max, Fang, and I think Nevermore. That's what I had, and this was in my old house, so I was like, I gotta get the first 3 books, I've gotta get the rest of the series because I only have a few of them. And so I did, but they only had this edition, so I was like, okay, well, might as well get them all matching. So now I have Schools Out Forever and Saving the World and Other Extreme Sports all in the same edition as this, plus Fang, Angel, Nevermore, and Maximum Ride Forever are also in this type of like paperback, this type of spine. I'm on my way to finding all of the editions like this, and I found like a little cheat sheet thing where it had like the editions of each one. Like it had this one and all of its editions throughout the whole entire series, and it also had this one and all of its editions throughout the whole entire series. And I was just looking for them all in paperbacks where they all match, and they don't have, anywhere that I looked, they don't have the second one, which is Schools Out Forever, which I'll put probably right here. They don't have that in this form. They only have it in hardcover, which really pisses me off. But, they have another edition, but it doesn't really match, but I think it'll match when I see it. I just want to talk about this because I know it's an issue with all these other different types of books because the covers are constantly changing, and once covers change, you don't really get an input. Like readers don't really get an input of what the covers look like. Only cover designers do, the publishing companies do, even the authors do, and I believe as like the reading community, we should be able to get a say of what editions we want. Like if this is the original edition that I had and I wanted, and, you know, if I spoke up about it before they changed it, you know, then maybe they would have kept it to this, and, you know, you never know. But anyway, I'm using this as an example, but I know many other examples, such as, I'm gonna put some on the screen. So first, there was the issue over the Winters Crime trilogy, which basically, there were covers like this, and then when the paperback editions came out, they were like this, and everybody flipped out because, you know, they were pretty ugly, and because, you know, the original covers were really pretty, and I admit that. I haven't read the series yet, but the covers were really pretty. And even when they changed them, I was like, why would you go ahead and do that? Because they were originally really pretty. And there was a big outrage over it, and then they changed them back, and I was like, you go, thank you. Another example of cover changes from like hardback to paperback, one is The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh, which here's the original, and then here's the new one, I guess. And I just want to read that series. I do. I haven't read it yet, and don't kill me if I haven't, because I want all of my editions to match, and so I want to get The Wrath of the Dawn and the Rose Dagger or something, whatever that's called. I want to get them both in matching covers. And when they changed them, I was confused because, you know, the cover was really pretty. Like, this cover is really pretty, but when they changed it to this cover, I'm just like, ugly? Why? And, you know, same thing happens to a lot of other books, you know. When I was little, or when I was younger, around the same time I was reading Maximum Ride, I read 2 other series that were basically like the series that got me reading, and that was the Gone series by Michael Grant and the Ugly series by Scott Westerfeld. And recently they just changed all of the covers, I think, to both of these series, and, you know, they're okay. It just, you know, it isn't what I had envisioned in my mind for what these covers were, because they were a part of my life, they were a part of my childhood, basically. And, you know, when these covers change, I just get upset because I wish they would just keep the same edition for all of these different books, you know. And if I get that it's hard to convert a hardback cover to a paperback cover, like, I don't work in that industry, but I understand hardness of that. But I just need to have them understand that these editions that I have, they don't match. This one's tiny. Well, that's because it's a mass market paperback. I'm not even going to complain about that. But, like, I like the style of this one better than this one, you know. And this one, I get, is more aesthetically pleasing. But, you know, this isn't who I envisioned as a Max, if you know what I mean. Like, sometimes I picture her different, you know. Like, picture her as this. I don't know, I had this epiphany last night where I wanted to go find all of the different editions in the mass market paperback version so I can have all this match. And, you know, I kind of took in that they only had certain covers for certain books, for certain types of books. So, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, because I'm going to explain to you this. I'm going to get all of the mass market paperback editions like this, and then I'm going to proceed to get all of them hardcover like this, so that way they all match. It's all about the matching for me. Anyway, so eBay has them for like $50-something, so once I have money I will buy them and have them shipped to my house, and then that way I can just mark them all up and be like, hi, this is my book series that I love, and you're never making me get rid of them. I get it's kind of a waste of money to buy multiple editions of books, but, you know, if it's your favorite series, if it's your favorite book, then I get that. You know, a lot of people who have read like Throne of Glass, for example, they have gotten the American editions, which we all know what the American editions look like, and then we have the US, UK, or the UK, Australian versions, or that's what they look like, and you know, they're very, very pretty. And you know, I'm gonna try to find the UK editions of all these books. Like, I know Pierre Ford has one. She has one, and it's really pretty. It's almost exactly like this. It's the size of this, and it's this cover basically on like a bigger form. So I'm just gonna because it has it on Book Depository. So Depository has it. I'm gonna save up enough money to buy myself all of these editions because I deserve it. I really do. Because, you know, I love Maximum Ride. And, you know, I wish that Maximum Ride was more well known. And, you know, I'm going to say this every time that I talk about Maximum Ride, but it's true. Because this series is so action-packed that I don't understand why people don't pick it up. Or I don't understand why people don't like it. Like, it's got some weird reviews on Goodreads, and I'm like, but no, this is flawless. Like, how? So, back to the editions that kind of changed. So there are really good, there's some really good books too that their editions changed, and there's some that I like actually, the changes that they made. The ones currently that was just made was the City of Bones, or the Mortal Instruments, and the Infernal Devices cover changes. And, you know, they're really pretty. They are. The spines are gorgeous. The editions, like the front of them, are really pretty. And I would only buy them, though. My only problem is I'd only buy them in hardback, because the paperback, what they do is, like, they have that little thing where they cut off, like, really, like, right here, and then they just, like, have, like, a strip of text or whatever that says Shadowhunters on it. But I would only get them in hardback, which I wouldn't mind, because almost all of my Mortal Instruments books are in hardback, except for, well, my second version of City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, and that's pretty much it. But then my Bane Chronicles are in paperback too, and so are my Clockwork Angel imprints. That's it, I think. Oh yeah, there's multiple versions of Percy Jackson, and I like the newer ones that they made. I really do, because all the spines are really pretty, and the covers are really pretty. And, you know, I'm just kind of on a rant of how pretty and ugly things are, so I'm sorry if this kind of bothers you. You can leave if you want. I don't really you can leave if you don't like it. It's your opinion, and I have mine. Another version that pisses me off. Okay, I just remembered this when I was looking at my bookshelf. So we all know Shatter Me. We all know what the original cover looked like. I'll put that right here. Now there's this cover, and I have this cover. So, yeah, the cover that they changed it to was really ugly, and so now all of my versions don't match, because I have Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Night Me, and they don't match. You know, I have Unravel Me and Night Me in the original versions, and then, you know, when Shatter Me changed its cover, I was like, what? But this is just me talking about how I just want to find different editions of books. It was kind of a weird conversation. Okay, so I think I'm done with this conversation, because I'm going to just keep going on and on and on about things that I do and do not like about covers or cover changes. So, yeah. My name is Olivia, you're on Bookish Bird Kids Tonight's channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon with another video. Bye!